Hello there. This is MusicMan0150, also known as Gary. And here's the first of my returning appearance here on YouTube and the first video that I'd like to share. And I thought, what better way to start out than showing the changes of the house from this past year, which is the reason I haven't been around that much. And so where we are right now is in the, what used to be, or kind of still is, the music library. As you can see here, there's been quite a change. You can see that everything is pretty much cleared out. I now have a big television set here with a chair. This is basically the downstairs sitting room where I can watch television in the evenings, and it's really, really nice. And for those of you that are interested in the electronic equipment that I have here, you can see that I still have my Sound Design AM/FM cassette phonograph stereo, which has been demonstrated in a previous video. And if you'd like to know more about the unit in general, of course, I'll be more than happy to show some features on it again, or give demonstration of it, or whatever you'd like. So there's the stereo, and then here's one of the big speakers. Then over here on the top of this stand, this TV you probably haven't seen yet. This is another RCA television that I've acquired, and I do believe this one I had acquired back in 2011, and you can see the logo right here. It says RCA, and this has the audio video inputs, if you want to connect a camera to view videos or whatever you'd like to connect and to it to watch through. Then we have the this is the cable box. Actually, this is the DVR that I have in case I want to record TV shows for later viewing. And then down here I have an RCA VCR, the light-on DVD recorder, and a Radio Shack equalizer. And this unit here, this little box on top, this is a quad video display unit. And I'm going to make a whole separate video with this unit right here, because it's very, very detailed, and there's a lot of things that it's going to take at least just maybe one, maybe even two-part videos to show you all the features of this box. So that's basically just a general overlook of the audio video system here. And then this is another little television set that I have, and I use this primarily for remote viewing. Like if I'm doing a project of transferring videos from, say, VHS to DVD, I can view the progress on this screen while I'm sitting here comfortably watching television on the big screen. And we'll demonstrate everything in more detail, but just want to kind of give you a little general overview of the changes that have been made here. So again, this is an overview now of what was the music library, and it basically still is, because you can see here I have all my cassettes here. But what I've done is I've taken all of the homemade recording cassettes out of these cases and put in all the pre-recorded cassettes. And the reason I did that is because it actually looks a lot better, and I like to hang on to all of these pre-recorded cassettes, because you just simply can't find these anymore. And with the music sources that I have access to now, if a pre-recorded cassette happens to not play well anymore, I can always replace just the inside cassette itself, the cassette itself, but still keep the case and the J cards that go inside the case for that still original store-bought look. So that's why I want to hang on to all those. And then there's more cassettes there, but you can see how much neater this setup is. So that's the music library there. Now we're going to take you into the shop area where the second to the most major occurrence has happened. And as you can see here, quite a few things have changed here. This black desk I had purchased from a store owner up in Niles, and I brought it home and set it up, and as you can see, I have a magnifier, a video magnifier sitting on it. That's what this piece of equipment is right here, with the camera and the light and this table. And then this big screen here, this TV here, this Zenith, this is actually the original TV that goes with the magnifier. And then up here is the familiar Hitachi TV, which still works very well. And then the GPX clock radio. And this here, this is a clock too, but it's also a control device that can turn on and off lights and appliances. It's basically a device that you can make your home active even when you're not home. And you can see on here it has the X10 logo. So if you're in the interest of having an active home that's automated, the website to go to is www.x10.com, and they have all kinds of devices that you can purchase and have your home activated automatically even when you're not. And nowadays that's a very, very smart move with all kinds of insecure things happening. So that's my second work area here. In fact, they even put a third light for me here, a big one. So we'll turn that on, and now you can see it a little bit better with how things look here. And this little laptop computer, this belongs to a customer that I'm currently working on, and it's pretty much ready, so I'll need to get a hold of the customer and let them know that this computer is ready for return, and we'll get that accomplished as well. So anyway, that's the little work area. And then of course over here, this is what I still have left of some of the old equipment that I need to go through, and probably later this spring a lot of this either may go for sale, real cheap in a garage sale, or I just may end up recycling it. As much as I don't want to, I think that it's going to be time to recycle some of these, because the space, you can see right here it takes up a lot of space, but it's a good storage area for right now because everything is out of the way, and when you come into the shop you don't see it, when you first walk into the shop from coming down the steps. Here's an overview of the other part of the workshop, which hasn't changed that much. Now I've done some rearranging of equipment up here a little bit. I've actually, I haven't added any equipment per se, but I've changed out some equipment. You can see here that everything is a little bit smaller because I have added actually one of my VCRs, so that way I can test play tapes if need be, if I'm needing to fix a videotape. And then I did add a couple of small speakers for portable device simulation. So if I'm working on, say, a computer, or I'm working on a tape player and want to make sure that the response is good regardless of whether you're playing it through a small speaker or a big speaker, that's the reason for the small speakers here. Then of course here's the small television set by RCA that you've probably seen many times before, but what I've done is I've identified it as bench test monitor 1, and eventually I want to add a couple more monitors on that shelf and move the rest of the equipment to another location. So haven't really decided how to do that yet, but hopefully I'll be able to figure that out. And then of course this is the usual setup here with the computer. Of course I got another computer here that's now a little bit faster than what I had before, and the two rare, very rare I should say, color TV sets, and as long as they're still working I'm keeping them. So, and even if they quit working, I think I'm going to, with all of your help out there that work on TVs, I think that I may be asking for some help, depending on what goes wrong with them, how to go about fixing them, very, very reasonably, and, get them back to life if they ever do go out, because these two are very rare. So, anyway, that's a little tour of the shop, and this is actually going to conclude part 1 of the house tour, because I'm starting to run out of time. So when we come back with part 2, I'll show you the music studio in general, and then you're going to see the major difference in the basement, and you'll need to see part 2 for that. So we'll be back with part 2 of the house tour.